Well, he'll do that. Oops, I'm going to fall over a guitar strap. Well, I'm always falling over something. Let me just find this lovely photograph of you. How can I put that one to? There, maybe? Ooh. You and Mr. Elephant there, Dill. Right, okay, to anyone else that's watching this, if your name isn't Dylan and Emily, well, I mean, of course, there's lots of Dylans and Emilys in the world, but if you're not a specific Dylan and Emily, if you've got other stuff to do, or you just don't like these boring intros, I haven't turned the other camera on. Please, I don't want to waste your time, you know, so wherever else you want to go. Did I turn that one on? Looked like I had turned it on after all. Okay, well, we're definitely recording on this one now. And to all you lovely people on Rumble that keep subscribing to me saying I'm wonderful, and then the very next second you send me an email saying, but it's a shame that your videos aren't so well known. Sign up with me. And I'm thinking, it's very kind. You're talking to the wrong audience. I'm doing these for my children. 40 years I did it for the world. And if the world didn't catch me live when I was playing live or buying my albums or any of that stuff, that ain't my problem. All I'm doing with these is making videos for when my children grow up to see what their daddy did. And I guess to copyright them, since my children will at some point own the copyrights. Some point soon, I guess. So, if anyone does want to come along and likes my stuff and wants to hang in there, that's very kind, but having said that, of course, you know, some of my songs are not really very child-friendly. And this is one of them. I found the cue card for this morning. I don't think I've ever done this one electric, and I know I've never done it properly because of the disability of my fingers. I can't play acoustic guitar anymore. So I'll have to try an electric version of it. I just want to play it, you know. I keep coming across these lyrics, and of course, as soon as I see the lyrics, I hear the tune, the melody, and I think, well, that's a nice song. You know, I think, oh, I like that. I wouldn't mind listening to it. But you're going to have to play it then. This is in the key of A. Now, I down tune this. So sorry, my fingers have got no feeling in, so hence the sellotape. The sellotape is to hold the plectrum in place. We might get through it, we might not. Got a quick run through music. So it's A. G down, I don't know whether I want the D flat as well. When the D's flat, F. Okay, I'm going to do it slowly. I'll put some glasses on. So this is called What's That in the Shadows? I wish I knew the lyrics. I wish the lyrics would not fall down. No. What's that down? So, new arrangement. Why is it so loud? Two, three, four. What's that in the shadows? It's too dark to see. How long has it been there? Is it coming for me? How did I get here? What is this place? What's that in the shadows? Is it wearing my face? What's that in the shadows? What's that whisper that I hear? Is it calling my name out? Is judgment day near? Did it get here alone or with complicity? Who invited it in? Sure wasn't me. What's that in the shadows? Has it been there all night? Maybe for my whole lifetime. Someone turn on the light. Is that the wind blowing or the way that it speaks? Is it someone I knew once who put tears on my cheeks? Wah! Goddamn fucking disease! What's that in the shadows? It's too dark to see. How long has it been there? Is it coming for me? How did it get here? What is this place? What's that in the shadows? Is it wearing my face? What's that in the shadows? What's that whisper I hear? Is it calling my name out? Is judgment day near? Did it get here alone or with complicity? Who invited it in? It sure wasn't me. What's that in the shadows? Has it been there all night? Maybe for my whole lifetime. Someone turn on the light. Is that the wind blowing or just the way that it speaks? Is it someone I knew once who put tears on my cheeks? What's that in the shadows? Is it planning to stay? Does it want me to talk? What words could I say? Does it have an agenda that it must follow through? Will it leave if I ask it? Can I change places with you? What's that in the shadows? Did I hear the moon sigh? Did you point it my way? And if you did, why? Ain't death fun? If you're a casual viewer, I have functional motor neuron disease. You can see I have virtually no arms left. And I'm in the end stages of it. Shut it. I'm talking to a light, but there's no one else. Just in case you're wondering. Out in the shadows, it's too dark to see. How long has it been there? Is it coming for me? How did it get here? What is this place? What's that in the shadows? Is it wearing my face? What's that in the shadows? What's that whisper I hear? Is it calling my name out? Is Judgment Day near? Did it get here alone or with complicity? Who invited it in? It sure wasn't me. What's that in the shadows? Has it been there all night? Maybe for my whole lifetime. Someone turn on the light. Is that the wind blowing or just the way that it speaks? Is it someone I knew once who put tears on my cheeks? What's that in the shadows? Is it planning to stay? Does it want me to talk? What words could I say? Does it have an agenda that it must follow through? Will it leave if I ask it? Can I change places with you? What's that in the shadows? Did I hear the moon sigh? Did you point it my way? And if you did, why? Is it building my gallows? What crime did I do? Can I appeal the verdict, and if so, to who? What's that in the shadows? The dark is burning my eyes. Is it willing to barter or at least compromise? It's blocking the exits, well, all except one. I can hear my heart beating to a fading drum. What's that in the shadows? Did I see something move? Has a deal been made? The outcome approved? Am I the right person to be introduced? Should I send out a prayer? Would it be any use? What's that in the shadows? Is it a curse or a gift? Has the last line been written? Did the scenery just shift? Am I asleep or awake? It's so hard to tell. What difference would it make? What's left to sell? What's that in the shadows? Can the mission be changed? Is the circle complete now? Is this all preordained? Has the last step been taken? Is the journey all done? I'm losing perspective. Whereabouts is the sun? What's that in the shadows? Would things change if I knew? What price does it want? Can I loan it from you? Is it pointing a finger? I'm sweating pure fear. What's that in the shadows? Why is it getting near? Well, we got there in the end. I apologise for the bad language there, which is, well, you know. Everything else, this disease has taken everything from me. It's taken my health, my life savings, my ability to move, my ability to function is taken. I can't eat, constant pain. Most of all, it's taken my children from me. So, yeah, I don't even have a GP. There's 3 charities trying to get a GP, and the NHS just goes, oh, negligence. So I have no medication, not even for a long-standing heart condition. I'm a medical miracle. Here's a true story. I'm going to tell you this in any case. This is a true story. I swear this is true. Okay, so 1965, I caught rheumatic fever because we were living in this slum. I was 5 years old, 4 years old, and it was a pre-war, prefab, that's what they called them, post-war prefab, sorry. Anyway, it was just, I don't remember this, this is just what was told me, but it was running pure damp. I got rheumatic fever, I think histoplasmosis or something on the heart, anyway. So I was in the hospital, goddamn Musgrove Hospital in Taunton. And it was pretty touch and go. I was in there for 3 or 4 months, I believe. And it left me with a pretty weak heart and a heart condition. And it held me back all through my life. I was on medication from then till I was 16, 15 when I joined the army. And I was lucky to get in the army. Because I'd applied to join the RAF, this was 76, and I passed all the entrance tests for the RAF, but when it came to the physical, in those days, and there's not like an ECG, they'd stick a conch shell to their ear, is that his heartbeat or is that the Atlantic Ocean? And but they wouldn't take me, they sort of said, you're flying along in your jet fighter and all of a sudden, but the army just said, well, we'll take him, Well, I was in army intelligence in any case, so it didn't matter too much, I wasn't exactly leading the charge. I was telling people where to charge so they didn't get shot in the first 10 seconds and that kind of stuff, But it was there and it affected me all the way through my life. And then fast forward to 2 years ago. Oh, in 2020, because this disease was spreading and it raises all the muscles, so I had very little, hard to breathe all the time, complete chest pains. We now know that I'd had too many heart attacks, one in front of my children. Here's a true story, here's a sidebar. I swear this is true, folks. So I was here one Saturday morning, my family, my then wife and my 2 children. And these chest pains had been going, and my left arm had been tingling for a couple of days, just been getting worse and worse. Anyway, they took me down to the local GP, and he hated me because he was the one who misdiagnosed me. Antidepressants for 6 years and destroyed my liver. And then 6 years later we changed GPs and they go, no, it's neurological disorder. I'm great. But, I'll get better. But there's, I'll still have another 10 years on the planet. Okay. But you'll help me pursue the other GP, for negligence, and so my children can have some money. Struck off. Anyway, so I went there, and I had this almighty spasm in the GP's room. My 2 children are there. He went out and got an aspirin, and I slid to the floor. See him now going down to the chair, and he called an ambulance. Well, he said to me, I think you need an ambulance. He did this thing, on the heart. He said, no, he said, I think you need to be in hospital. So me being me, I turned to my wife and I said, okay, if I hang on here, I said, can you take the, I said, if you drive us home, I said, we'll drop the children off, I said, then I'll drive them into the hospital. And he said, no, he said, you can't drive, he said, call an ambulance, you got an ambulance. I told my children I love them. Gave my wife my PIN numbers. That's a piece of good advice if you think you're going to die. Write down my PIN numbers on a post-it note and give them to her, saying, if anything happens, raise them well. And as soon as it was just me and the GP alone, there was no witnesses, he cancelled the ambulance. And I called my wife up. And I said, well, what's happening? Oh, well, we just sit at he said, for half an hour. I didn't realise at the time just how sick and twisted it was. Anyway, so it was getting bad a couple of years ago. 2020, they cut me open, stuck some tube and camera in all the way up through my leg and in. And they said your cholesterol is off the level and your right proximal artery is blocked and you need these medications every day. And I said, well, I get my cholesterol, but you know, and I said, I'm a vegetarian, I don't drink or smoke or anything like that. And they said, well, it's 50% lifestyle. They said heart problems are 50% lifestyle and 50% hereditary. And that explained a lot, because I'm the first Murphy male that we know of to hit 60. My father, I think he was 37 or 39 when he died. My grandfather's, well, of course that's on the mother's side, but he was 57 and 54. My uncle went at 54, Uncle Frank. Anyway, so I got taken into Yeovil Hospital to have this monitor fitted. When I was in that, by then they knew that I'd started negligence proceedings. Of course, there's no legal aid in this country. So what they wanted was solicitors wanted £1,000 to read my medical reports. And I said, well, they will too. There you go. Oh, I'm just in a talkie mood. Bear with me a second. Just in case you don't want to believe me. You get the medical report and it says something completely different what happened. Can you see that? Are you watching hearings? Are you watching, you scumbag? Every conversation I have with a health professional for 20 years exists as an audio recording. I've started putting some of them online. I had to take some of them down because people around the world were getting so angry at what they were hearing. Where's this bloody GP? You're going to fly over from America. No. At least wait till I'm dead, you know. We do not advocate violence in any way, shape or form. Anyway, this guy attacked me in Yeovil Hospital, the cardiologist. I kept my hospital bands on because they were denying that my body was wasting weight and nothing, you know. I mean, you can see what I used to look like with my son there when I was weightlifting and everything, you know. I'm all bulked out here, same shirt, and there's nothing left of me on the inside of it. And I had to start screaming for help. This is in a waiting room in Yeovil Hospital in front of so many people. And these nurses eventually came out. They dragged him off of me. And so I said, it's crazy. I said, he attacked me with scissors in the room, I said. And then I got free. I said, I'm in a wheelchair, by the way. I said, I got him to wheel me out here. I said, and then 10 minutes later he came out again and started on me again. I want to know he was going to write on the medical report. I said, well, put down the, because he asked me, what am I going to write on the report? I said, put down what happened. You attacked me, and so I was feared for my personal safety, so I cancelled the appointment. I'm not putting that down, he said. So he admittedly wasn't going to put down what actually happened. Anyway, 3 days later we got a letter through from Yeovil Hospital. It said, Mr. Murphy no longer suffers from blackouts, coronary occlusions. How would I know? How would I know? What am I, a cardiologist? Just crazy, you know, the lies they tell the National Health Service. I don't know if I got any tape. I don't know if you're still recording that. I kind of went chatty there, didn't I? I think I was just a little bit wound up. The doctors are out on strike again today, you know, and so many people in this country are dying. You work for 40 years and pay tax for 40 years. And then, you know, your operation. There's already an 8 million waiting list. So all these people who are due to have their procedure today, and it's all cancelled. And they've got to go to the back of a waiting list that's already 8 million long. Do me a favour. The interesting thing is, last time I was in hospital to stay, I think it was the nurses were demanding more money then. And one of them came out, this is like 1 o'clock in the morning. And so I was the only patient awake. And this woman came, one of the nurses came in with a clipboard and stuff. And there were two others just chatting. One of them said, "Oh, we're about to send out a search party for you." I think you've stopped recording, so I'll fail you. Forgive me if you haven't. And this nurse, who I liked actually, she was one of the nice ones. So, but nonetheless, you know, just because you like someone, you know, I'd have liked her better if she was working in a supermarket, stocking shelves, no disrespect, but, you know, or anywhere, as a mechanic or as Prime Minister, but not a nurse. And she looked at me and she said, "You cheeky cow," she said, "you can't talk to me like, well, I'm a hero, it says so in the news." And these other two women laughed, and one of those, "Yeah, only because you keep getting it, only because you get your sister-in-law to keep phoning up." And she mentioned a certain, I think it's a television phoning line, and telling you your heroes. "Well, you do it as well," she said. And this is what they were doing. So when you see all these things, you know, it was on Channel 5, I don't know the guy's name. Anyway, I did look it up that day, and I know it was on Channel 5, I can't remember the guy's name. And they were all these people, "Do you think that nurses are paid more?" And so they were getting all these people phoning up and saying, hello, yeah, the nurses are all heroes, they do a wonderful job and they should be paid £1 million a week. And they're their relatives. It's their sisters, they're just getting all their sisters and everyone they know to phone up to slew these polls. And it's changing now, of course, you know, you look at it now. Anyone under 35 who's seen their older relatives die of COVID in a care home because someone was saying that, you know, they've got no respect, you know, waited a month for a GP's appointment. When they finally get in, he just types up the symptoms on his computer screen. You think, well, I could have done that, and, you know, why are we paying you £100 a year and £1 million a year pension payment? I know what to do now. Shall I do this song again? It's a good song. I'm not singing it as well as I should do.